How are you, students? You will be delighted to know today how the food-giving plants conduct the food in their body. So, students, we're going to learn about a complex permanent tissue which is meant for the conduction of food in the plant body and is named as phloem. Okay. So, students, as we all know, the complex permanent tissue means a tissue in which there are more than one type of cells. So this phloem tissue consists of sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. So all these different four types of cells coordinate with each other and perform a function of conduction of the food or nutrients in the plant's body. So students, we're going to learn about all these different cells with the help of the phloem tissue by these different figures which I have pasted here. Okay, students. So students, out of the four cells, the sieve tubes, companion cells and the phloem parenchyma are the living cells, whereas the phloem fibers is dead. Now in the previous class I explained you the flow mechanism of the xylem tissue as well as the phloem tissue. So in this case, in the xylem, we were conducting the water from the roots to the different parts of the plants. It might be the stem, flowers, buds or leaves or flowers. Okay. So the conduction of water minerals was a unidirectional way. That means the conduction of the water takes place in one direction and it is unidirectional, that is one way flow. Whereas a phloem conduction, that is a phloem conduct the food from the leaf parts where the food is being produced by the process of photosynthesis to the different parts of the plant, and it can be bidirectional, that means the two-way flow. It might be the upward direction or the downward direction. And how it is taking place? It is taking place through a tube-like structure which contains certain end walls with perforations. That means ऐसी plate जिसमें certain pores हो, वह इसे हम कहते हैं end wall with perforations. So these are known as a certain tube-like structures through which the food and the minerals and the nutrients are being conducted from the leaf parts to the different parts of the plant. Okay, and there are certain other cells also like phloem parenchyma, okay, and companion cells which are supporting the sieve tubes to conduct this food to different parts of the plant. Now we are going to study separately the each and every type of the cell present in the phloem. That means a sieve tube. So first of all, let us understand what actually the sieve tube is. The sieve tubes are slender. That means a very thin. You can see in this figure, this internal whitish color tube is a sieve tube, which is being marked in both the figures I have pasted here. This is the sieve tube. This is the sieve tube. This is the sieve tube. So they are very slender, very thin, tube-like structure composed of elongated thin-walled cells. Okay, it is consists of elongated. You can see there are elongated and thin-walled cells placed end to end. So see this is the plate of one sieve tube cell. Suppose this is the one tube sieve cell and the other sieve tube cell is just placed above it. Okay, you can see that this is a sieve plate and above that there is one more sieve plate which is of the second sieve tube cell. In this, the sieve tube cells are placed one above the other and their end walls are perforated by numerous pores. You can say in this figure, this is a sieve plate which you call the sieve plate, in which there are certain perforations or pores. We mean to say the perforation is a certain kind of pores. So in this sieve plate, there are certain pores which make the cytoplasm continuous. So you know, in the sieve tube, in any cell there is cytoplasm. So the cytoplasm will be continuous. That means the above sieve tube which is being placed above this second sieve tube will contain certain cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is continuous throughout. Cytoplasm यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ भी एक जैसा होगा, उसके ऊपर भी एक जैसा होगा, उसके ऊपर भी एक जैसा होगा. ओके, सो इस तरह से ओनली साइटोप्लाज्म परसिस्ट. दैट मीन्स सिव ट्यूब में केवल साइटोप्लाज्म रहता है जब सिव ट्यूब मैच्योर हो जाता है, और इसकी वजह से साइटोप्लाज्म रहता है और न्यूक्लियस नहीं रहता है, क्योंकि न्यूक्लियस डिजनरेट्स ड्यूरिंग मैच्योरिटी, बिकॉज जिससे फूड और न्यूट्रिएंट्स आसानी से कंडक्ट हो सके. इस वजह से सिव ट्यूब में नेचर ने सिव ट्यूब में न्यूक्लियस को हटा दिया है. अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि न्यूक्लियस के बिना सिव ट्यूब कैसे काम करेगा. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न अबाउट अ सेकंड टाइप ऑफ अ सेल, दैट इज अ कंपेनियन सेल. From the term companion, we can easily understand any cell which is helping the other cell as a company or a support to the other cell. So this companion cell helps the sieve tube to perform its metabolic functions. So the companion cell, a thin-walled cell containing dense and very active cytoplasm and a large elongated nucleus. You can see in this figure. In this figure, you can see this is a companion cell which is being marked here as a companion cell. It contains a blackish color nucleus which is being marked in this case, which is being shown. So this nucleus is a large nucleus, elongated nucleus, and it also contains a cytoplasm which is associated with the sieve tube to assist in its work. So this companion cell is helping for the metabolic functions of the particular sieve tube cell. And finally, there are other two cells that are known as phloem parenchyma and phloem fibers. So these are the thin-walled living cells of parenchyma. So the phloem parenchyma is here. You can see in this figure. It is marked here. Okay. So this is the phloem parenchyma, phloem para. Okay, phloem parenchyma. So this is a phloem parenchyma, which is a thin-walled living cell which stores the food or starch and help the slow lateral conduction of the food in the particular plant. And the phloem fibers are dead, so they are thick-walled and elongated spindle-shaped dead cells which possess narrow lumen. They provide mechanical strength to the tissue. So every particular tissue or the cell or the part of the plant needs a certain kind of mechanical strength. So this phloem fibers, which is being marked in this case, is providing the mechanical strength to the particular tissue named as the phloem tissue. So finally, students, now the function. From the function, we can easily understand the only function of the phloem tissue is to conduct the food and various nutrients to different parts of the plant, that is from the leaves to the storage organs, and from the storage organs to the growing regions of the plant body. Okay, and the storage organs can be the fruit, it can be the buds, it can be a stem. So they can be the storage organs of a particular plant, and from the storage organs to the growing regions of the plant body, so that the plant should grow and able to survive and feed us in different manners. Okay, so now students, as I ask you a question in the starting of the video, that how are you, so you have to comment in the video after watching the whole video that you are very fine and you learned a great lesson from this, learning about the phloem tissue, about the plant, how they conduct the food in the particular body. So students, you have to comment it in your comment box. I want to see whether you have seen the video or not, you learn something new about it or not. Okay students, so thank you very much. Thank you students, thank you very much.